Winning is everything to some people. To others, it doesn't really matter. This is a list of fighters that don't really care if they win or lose, as long as they get paid. These are fighters with some of the worst records in MMA. Shannan Rich has been fighting in MMA since 1998 and has compiled a losing record of 55 wins and 80 losses. In 2001, he went on a not-so-impressive 13-fight losing streak, losing to every named fighter he fought. Rich has fought and lost to numerous UFC fighters, such as Diego Sanchez, Dan Severn, and Kazushi Sakuraba, losing to each of them quite handily. In between fights, Rich is also a thespian and has tried his hand at acting as an extra, appearing in an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger, CSI Las Vegas, and iCarly.
Hey, Shelby, after the fight, you want to go get smoothies with me, Sam, and Freddie? Oh.
He also demonstrated his MMA skills on the third installment of Bum Fights. Rich has lost in many prominent organizations over the years, with fights in the WEC, Pancrase, and even Pride Fighting Championship.
That single and he gets it. Got him down. Sakuraba going for the... Oh, he's... Got him. It's over. Got him on a calf crank.
Rich has also been accused of fixing fights and was suspended for taking a dive in 2006 and was also accused of having a fake fight with UFC legend Dan Severn.
You know, he comes over there and he rolls to work with Shannan Rich, and it just was complete unprofessional bullshit.
With 11 wins and 20 losses, Bob Sapp has one of the best records on this list. Sapp didn't always suck, though. Early in his career, he used to actually try to win.
I think we have more to do too. Oh!
Sapp had some quality wins early in his fighting career, including a win over kickboxing legend Ernesto Hoost. Unfortunately now, the only thing he tries to do is tap out, and he's become a black belt in that art.
Hey, stop! Oh, Sapp is tapping.
2010 is when Sapp first began his epic losing streak, with 20 total losses in his career and losing his last 14 fights in a row, all in the same way, falling to the ground and tapping out as soon as his hand can reach the mat.
For the Achilles lock.
Oh, it's over! It's over!
Sapp was known for using sheer brute force to win fights and has always been a big draw in Japan, but hasn't won an MMA fight in over 6 years, with most of his wins coming from small Asian men half his size.
The fight is over. They have thrown in the towel.
Sapp did recently win a kickboxing fight for the first time in years against 47-year-old and 550-pound Akebono, who has a total of 10 fights, 9 of them being losses. Ken Allen made his professional MMA debut in 2005 and has a total of 38 fights, 37 of them being losses. Not much is known about this journeyman fighter, aside from an article written for MMAJunkie.com. In the article, Allen says he frequently fights on short notice and rarely trains for his fights, stating, "If someone gets hurt or pulls out of a fight and they need someone to step in to keep the fight on the card, I have no problem taking it. And if someone calls me to fight, I don't have the common sense to say no." Allen is currently on a 9-year losing streak and has lost 25 fights in a row, 76% of them by submission. His sole victory came in 2006, with a win via rear naked choke against a fighter with 17 losses. Whether it's a reporting error or not, it's also notable that Allen has 2 fights that lasted a total of 0 seconds. Somehow. Jay Ellis started his MMA career in 2005 and lost his first 4 fights in a row, getting finished in each fight. But something as trivial as winning fights didn't dissuade him from pursuing his dream of being a professional MMA fighter. Ellis has a total of 60 losses in MMA, getting TKO'd 18 times, and has 37 submission losses. With so many losses, Ellis seems genuinely surprised when he actually wins, and sometimes forgets to let go of his submissions. Ellis's longest losing streak was between 2009 and 2012, when he lost 18 fights in a row. But through sheer determination, or just plain stubbornness, continues to step into the cage, if only to collect a quick paycheck.
And I'm guessing from the 2 fighters' records, what I know about them, this is going to be a short night for Jay Ellis.
Former UFC fighter Joe Sun doesn't have a single win to his name and has lost 100% of his fights throughout his crappy MMA career. Joe Sun's first fight was at UFC 4 in 1994 against Keith Hackney. Sun was almost completely castrated after a flurry of punches to his groin area, all of which were legal at the time. Sun's second fight was against an 0-1 fighter in Pride Fighting Championships, where he ended up losing yet again. Then again, and yet again. Sun continued to lose every fight he's ever had, and last fought in 2002, and is currently serving a life sentence in prison for rape and murder. So don't bother feeling sorry for him.
How'd you do in your fighting career?
I lost all my fights.
And a few honorable mentions. Sumo fighter Akebono went 0 for 4 in his MMA career, 1 in 10 in kickboxing, and somehow even managed to lose against modern-day Bob Sapp. Joseph the Hobag Bochnik has had a tough go of it, going 0 for 10 in his MMA career. Jonathan Ivey accumulated 55 losses throughout his career, and you can see why. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe.